Alright, good afternoon one and all. Welcome to the video. My name is Saumil Shah and in this video, I'm gonna be showing you something really amazing, how to use basically threading as a decorator. Now this is pretty amazing. Like now you would say, hey, where the hell do you use that? For example, what this does is basically, let's say you have a function. So what I'm saying is basically if you had to do threading, originally what you have done, what would you have do is basically, you would have said like threading. Let me actually, yeah, that's much better. So you would say threading dot thread, right? Let me do that. Threading dot thread, target, some work, arcs. So this is the original way to do that, right? Like now what happens with this is, guys, there's no problem with that. Like see, I can create a thread, I can launch a thread right there. So I can say dot start. Works fine. But now if I had to, if I had another function, for example, if I had, let me actually prove it, like why these, why it is pretty good. So if I had to other function, again, I have to write this code. So what you are doing is basically you're rewriting the code again and again. So it's not good, right? I mean, I want to show you design patterns or paradigms which can solve these kind of problems basically. So what I'm saying is basically instead of doing this, basically what you would do is basically just decorate the function with thread. So look at the magic, okay? Decorate the function with thread and then we'll define our custom own wrapper. So define wrapper, which takes a function. And here you can see I'm launching a thread, threading.thread, target equals to function, args equals to args, whatever arguments you pass, and then I start the thread, right? So whatever it does basically, so now if you see some code, some more code, and now if I can call this function normally, but when I call this function, it's decorated with thread, so it's gonna be running in the background. So let me show you, or let me prove it rather to you. So, oops, we have an issue, self.target is equal to args. Oh yeah, because I'm missing an argument because I have to pass that because my function takes a value, right? So I'm gonna pass that and run it to you. So see what happens. Some code was run, some more code was also run. After that, we executed the function. So work started. Then after that, parallel execution was going on. So main code was running. And after 2 seconds, the function was complete. So this was being printed. Pretty good, right? Like it's pretty amazing. Just decorate with thread and it works like charm. Like that's amazing. So now let me show you the application of it where you can actually use it. So for example, REST API, I have a pretty simple API. I create a decorator basically, which basically whatever function you decorate, it's gonna be running that function in the background as a thread. So for example, let's say some work is basically doing some data on the database, you are pushing data or do whatever you want, right? So it's some kind of work. So what I do is basically, now let me show you this one. I'll refresh that. Come here. That's the browser, right? Now check this out, okay? Request first time, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. I'm getting hello world immediately, but at the background after 2 seconds, these tasks are still working. See, now it's being finished here. You see how powerful it is? Your code is pretty maintainable, right? So you can write decorators for your threading, see? So it's pretty good practice in software engineering. I would highly recommend to use these kind of approach. So yeah, what I'll do is basically I would leave this code, this one and this one on my paste bin. So you can see how you can leverage the use of threads, right? And remember one thing, if you want to return the value from a thread, so what I mean by that is if you want to get the values from thread, you have to basically use a queue basically. So you have to put the value in the queue and then you would just wait for the queue to be complete, basically something like that. So I have a tutorial on that as well. You can watch it out. So this is a pretty nice example. Let's say it had to return a function. So we say return val, right? And what you could have done is basically from queue import queue. You could have said like queue this way, and here when you call the function, like when it's supposed to return the value, instead of returning, you would basically put it in the queue. So you can say queue dot push, right? And basically now one of the challenges will come is like, how can you know that whenever this function, like the thread is complete or not in the background? So then you gotta write the logic for that. For example, this is when you need the data. So you would say while true, you would say flag is equal to, you can say q dot empty. You'll say q dot empty. Then you would say if flag pass else print q dot. So what I did is basically just wrote a simple logic. Basically, if flag is true, that means the queue is empty. Keep waiting until the queue is, there is some data in the queue. As soon as the data comes, I'm popping the element out from the queue and just break it. Okay, now let's run this function. Some more code, some work started. Now it's waiting basically for that data. Okay, we have an issue. Attribute queue object has no attribute push. My bad. Was it push or what was that to put value? Put, my bad. Yeah, sorry for that. I just forgot the syntax. So let's run that again. So work started. So now here it's waiting basically. Here you can see we got the 11 from the queue. Pretty nice, right? Like, see how amazingly you can leverage the use of threading, use decorators in threading. So yeah, that's a small tutorial. If you have any more questions, kindly list your questions in the comment section below. And as usual, keep smiling, keep coding, and see you guys in the next tutorial. Goodbye. Have questions, post them in the comments. Okay, goodbye.